and young talent, right? And when MIBR debuted in America's back during kickoff, Cortezia and Arton were supposed to be like the next, superstars out of Brazil. They were supposed to be those rookie sensations. In their opening match versus 100 Thieves, they bombed out. They did not make much of an impression. All of a sudden, everyone that had high stocks on MIBR, it's down into the gutter. But that team still went on, bounced back immediately in their second series, went on for a top 3 finish in Americas. I need to see those players come back, not tomorrow, not the day after that, but in this game now.
They're not messing around. The insta-lock here, and Mel, Ash back on the jet.
Oh, I mean, now this is a comfort role. This is the Aspas we wanted to see because, frankly, he had a bit of a quiet map, but it is rare that lightning does not strike twice in the same place. I very much doubt we're going to see an Aspas that we saw on the first map.
Oh, you said that no experience for them in Americas on that Viper Haven. That is Aspas, and that's the loud stuff. Yeah. They made this.
Yeah, it's been a long time, right? The Viper is so effective on defense. Get ready for Gen.G to just keep flooding those sites behind their Viper smokes.
Well, Gen.G about to 2-0, MIBR, Achilles, and Paperthin. Let's take us into map 2.
Don't mind if we do. Let's go ahead and get map 2 underway. Gen.G, 1-0 start here. Looking to close it out with their map pick of Haven. MIBR, we need to see the rally back. We started getting the gears turning a bit there on Sunset, but it has to be from the outset here on Haven.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a confidence pick for Gen.G going into one of the strongest maps for MIBR in Haven. They beat G2 on this map. It is going to be a very different composition that they're going to be running, going back to the very stock standard Haven composition that you see most teams run with the Jet, with the Sova, with the Breach. With Gen.G, they still are going to keep texture on that Neon. They're going to have Munchkin on that Viper. Some curveballs there, as you're going to see, trying to work around that Viper wall for Munchkin. He had some hit and misses with it on Sunset. But you got to be really head on a swivel here for MIBR because they are going to be all over this map on this defender side.
Action ready to start. Texture just spamming out some shots here, but big reveal exchange. We'll go ahead and back away. Quickly though, sight set on B here for MIBR as Snakebite is going to be cycled forward here. Slow them up and make them reroute. It's going to push them in towards Foxy9, who's holding close. Just the classic Paranoia goes across, and he's going to be able to find not much there. It's Karen does come away with 2 kills. Munchkin now holding the door, tries to swing out a little bit wider, but ends up getting taken down. 2v2, but Texture here a hell of a lot faster than they might have anticipated. Clears a recon and finds the headshot. 3 for 3 on pistols, Gen.G. Once again, off to a ripping start.
And all it took was just a little bit of resistance at that B site for Aspas to pull off and then go right into the garage. That's been a great position for Foxy9. He doesn't get a kill here, but he's setting up for Karan. He tries to play off the Paranoia, but it's the full forces of MIBR. It's even trades all around. Munchkin takes an off angle, coming out of the link door, and then Texture on the back of sight. Like you said, unexpected with a Sheriff. Seems like he's just going to stick with that. A couple Guardians and a Bulldog otherwise.
A bit of a lighter buy here for Gen.G comparatively. Bit more flexibility as far as how many they could afford to lose on the round. Looks like Texture going to be taking that first contact, and again, down. Reach out of the equation here. Tiny bits of damage taken from the classic shot. Swings in, looks for a little bit more, but it gets whippy, and he ends up stunning himself into the corner, and he cannot escape. Paranoia cross does come in from Karan. Everybody from MIBR now clustered up here on this B site and into the meat grinder. Was able to just get mowed down. Cortezia quickly getting himself across into sync and get this plant, at least get the money. Maybe try to find a bit more damage, but no weapons. We're able to get scooped up there in all the chaos, so it's still just the classic, and the drone might have caught a glimpse. Three swings in, Munchkin strikes them down. All weapons going to be saved as Gen.G start things off 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, 3-0 in the pistol rounds for Gen.G. They're just in cruise control today. Texture continues to just dominate in first kills. He was 5-0 on Sunset. Picks up another one here. He is really just shutting them down at the point of attack. I mean, this is everything you could want as Gen.G. You're getting Texture online. You're getting good, solid sight holding from Foxy9. You're getting good coordination, good crossfires. Everything you could ever want. And they look really well drilled here, really well prepared for Masters Toronto.
Defuse, they actually give that over to Khan and try to get that from the shadows online a bit faster instead of Munchkin's kid. Munchkin's somebody who very much favors information, so I think he wants Karan to be able to have that so they can just TP in, scout a position, and get a read from there.
He doesn't seem to be like that concerned with his ultimate. He, especially on this map, Karan likes
Gun barrel spotted. Oh, but Munchkin not able to find that kill. Does put him down to 20, so Foxy, quick peek out from the garage doors, does trade it back.
But Karan will use that TP aggressively on this map. Get some information, try to find that extra flank angle. So, right in the wheelhouse for Gen.G. Slow push-up from A long. Ash right at the door. Has Karan and Texture there to back him up.
Quick little jiggle peek there. Top of the box, able to spot him out. Paranoia further try to slow things up. Now has that smoke cycled in. Tailwind still available here for Aspas, but it looks like MIBR maybe reading that they do have a stack set up. Swing going to be coming through now. It's going to be taken down. Verno, Aspas, however, answering back a couple kills, and Texture gets tagged down to 57. Player advantage now here for MIBR.
It's a nice pause there for MIBR, recognizing that Gen.G might get aggressive out of that position.
Texture swinging down in towards Sewers. Cannot pull the trigger fast enough. Ends up falling. It's now down to Foxy 9. Looks for the first, can't quite make it happen. A triple face forward. MIBR this time preventing the bonus conversion.
Yeah, MIBR is a team that will play pretty slow sometimes on these attacker sides. They're going to take their time. So it's going to be quite like you're going to see in some of the other regions where the attacks feel a little bit forced. This is one of those rounds, and MIBR does a great job here. Good calling by Artsin.
Let's go! Let's go!
And they're able to catch Gen.G as they try to spring a trap out long A. That basically breaks the round open. And back to kind of an interesting setup here. Texture over at the front of B with Munchkin. They're holding.
Set up there.
Yeah.
Standard wall from Munchkin. Across that front of the B site into the A axis as well. As bite combo ready to go here at the door. Swing in though, and Aspas just wins the fight against Foxy 9. Taking his head clean off.
That's what you need.
3 damage found, but that's about it. Otherwise, walking away relatively unscathed. MIBR, another solid start to the round.
Ash trying to take some map control. Pushed pretty far up, but again, MIBR happy to play patiently. Wow, Ash.
It's going to be rewarded. Slow drift forward. Letting Shenham is not quite ready. OMEN now going to be taken down. Pivot cross towards C. Looks like they're giving this a consideration. They need Cortezia to try to win this position. Win it, he has. Tucks back into the corner. Kara now just trying to run him down before the ping reveal comes in. He's eventually find the kill. Has to back away. TP's out to safety. Paranoia, Sen. Doesn't quite connect.
30 seconds left.
Aftershock to try to hold back that C-Link door access, but Karan pushes forward again, being rewarded for his aggression, finding Verno. Just tucks into the corner, Artsine able to find that stun. Gets himself into a corner as well. Try to hold down the same angle as Aspas.
Last player standing.
Push forward, they're not ready for this timing from Karan, who's just playing so fearlessly. Gets himself a 3K, and it's now down to Aspas to see if he can try to clutch out the round. The defuse already held the half, and Ash hits the headshot. Gen.G, 3-1, they maintain the lead.
I mean, Karan is just in demon mode today. He is absolutely just changing rounds in Gen.G's favor. A good early win for Ash on a trade as well here. That's a huge one right there. On to Zenom. You're really changing that round. You're denying access to the A site. And they have no recourse. Even though that early kill on the Foxy 9 by Aspas was very nice, give them a little bit of hope in the round. Gen.G is just in cruise control. And Karan, he is made for big stages, it feels like. He is just fearsome.
No spring of the trap there outside of A long. Ash just playing back.
Right there.
Out to safety. 2 Guardians again invested here for the side of MIBR, similar to what we were seeing from them on Sunset. Considerably fewer Sheriffs, though. 2 players with classics.
And Gen.G respecting this eco. They're giving up a lot of space here, trying to play behind the toxic screen of Munchkin, anticipating that this could be an A hit. A little bit of attempted lurking being done. Spot on the Aspas, though. And that's going to send MIBR into a bit of a pause. Let's see if they rethink this hit or not. But this doesn't change much in the equation for Gen.G.
Ready to go here on the entry. Ash, though, dodging on the fault line. Spam into the cloud bridge. Just try to flush Aspas out. Unable to do so, but the stun is still there. He will end up getting picked off. Cortez is going to try to go for a lurk here, but Foxy9 hadn't rotated quite just yet, and now is still going to be in position to hold down this C site. MIBR trying to make up their minds here with just 28 seconds remaining on the clock. Seems like it's going to be this B site once again. So get ready to push forward, but Karan is still here.
About the last player you want to see in this situation.
Wait out the wall. Cycle of smoke. The plant can be stuck. No way to interrupt this. Seems like he might have caught a glimpse there. Sense of the paranoia forces the reposition from Shen up now. Fast lane in. Texture starts scaling forward, and Foxy9 still ever present over on that C link. Comes away with the kill onto the enemy breach. Position noted the TP there, and they're just right on top of him, knowing exactly where he's going to go. Brennan will find one more to stop it from being a flawless, but Gen.G now stretch the lead by 3 rounds.
They're just in cruise control. At every twist and turn, they're just making phenomenal decisions. Here on this entry, Aspas trying to create some space, just gets shut right down. Foxy9 with the timing on the counter lurk. Texture just trying to clear that space to make sure they can get this defuse safely. And it's good to go. He's just always having fun.
Always having a good time. There's a timeout call going to be used here by MIBR. Know that they need to have heavier impact starting on this attacking side.
Yeah, and there's a lot to consider for MIBR in this round. You've got a couple big ults on the side of Gen.G. You've got the lockdown, you've got Texture's ult, and you're one away from a couple big ones yourself. You're one away from the Hunter's Fury, one away from the Rolling Thunder. So those are things you want to make sure that you're considering and making sure that, you know, you anticipate that Gen.G's going to try to contest you for some of those orbs potentially. So making sure that you're safely able to get those, to set yourself for those executes, get to that post-plant scenario, make things a little bit trickier, because it's been tough to even get the spike down cleanly. I mean, Gen.G is just all over the map, and their mechanics are extremely on point to boot. So see if they can find some success here. Maybe this timeout will be the one that can start turning things around for MIBR.
Yeah, it's going to be a critical timing. Lose this one. Economy again down in the dumps.
Yep.
See if they're going to be able to find those orbs, get those ults online, utilize them. There's still time to run this back and get themselves into a favorable position at the half. Gen.G, though, the money starting to really get stacked up. It's only Texture, whose economy is a bit in flux, but has that overdrive behind as well. Let's look at the read here from Gen.G. Triple stack on this C site. That's where the lion's share of MIBR looking to go, at least to try to get the orb.
Waiting for the turret contact, potentially.
Thrown out, no spots, it's so unlucky! Swings right into the spray as Texture struggles to clear a drone, but he'll kill the GOAT.
It's just been that kind of day for MIBR. That's just brutal. No other way to put it. Munchkin gonna tuck himself into that same corner we saw Ash in earlier. See what kind of success he can find, but he's all alone, and you've got a 3-stack from MIBR.
Cage popped, Munchkin looking to reposition. The push about to come through. They're suspecting him on the opposite side. He sprays down for 2. Can't quite get the 3rd, but the damage is still dealt. Munchkin just so clean with the reposition.
It's unbelievable. The game sense he has. It's off the charts.
Now the 2 remaining players from MIBR, worlds apart. Shenum does manage to find one, but the spike is still being ushered forward over towards this A site where Ash now notes him, takes him down to 50. TP forward, both players now arriving. Barely a full HP bar between the 2 of them, and Ash just holds down M1. Finds the kill, the relay bolt connecting, Texture slides across. They make it a bit closer than it would have appeared, but it's still 5-1.
And now you've got every ult available for Gen.G. Some counter ults available for MIBR. They couldn't really get any of those orbs. They couldn't get into a position to try to get these ultimates, and it starts with this.
I'll show it again.
Oh my goodness.
That is just so damn unlucky.
This is just...
Like this, a smart play. Texture's kill, pure blind luck. Still able to scrape it together a bit. Aspas with the knives, looking to see if he can try to find some solid impact. There's no one on the C site. Util, yes, but players, no. Anna's going out.
Gen.G's playing retake the whole way.
That they are, and the lockdown comes through nice and early. Hunter's Fury, though, is available. Now we'll go ahead and clear this out. Dueling Hunter's Furies now come through as we're just going to see ults invested across the damn board. Rolling Thunder comes through, peek back around to the flank. Spike's still not yet planted, and we're not even a minute into the round. The push forward coming in, Aspas slicing and dicing, able to find one. Foxy9 going to be down on the floor. Ash tucking back, but they're looking to hound him down and make a pivot across over to that A side, but they have to get through this. Sova, and Ash is holding him down! He gets the 4K, and that's likely more than enough! The young gun, the rookie from Gen.G, absolutely tears them to pieces!
It's just unbelievable. When it looks like maybe they're going to start breaking space open, they do a nice job setting Aspas up and for his first kill with the Blade Storm.
One enemy remaining.
But then the second one, Ash is just so fast. Unbelievable. And Fraud is furious. That is just brutal.
Understandably so. It was again a big investment. Now you've got Vandal, Guardian, 3 Sheriffs. Try to pull off a Thrifty. Still a pit, still from the shadows available here for Gen.G.
Yeah, they're just having such a tough time finding any success. You know, they've tried a lot of different looks, some fast hits, some other things like that, but Gen.G is just so on top of the game.
Texture on top of the box. Scratches his eye. And then says, oh, hello. Peeks in, finds one. Shut up. Doing well to get the one tap. Put the Neon on the floor. Swing through the wall, though, and Ash catches him a bit off guard.
Revealing area.
That's the weaponry on the floor. Double push up. The start about to fly through. Ash will immediately know Verno's position. Okay, no.
One enemy
Doesn't get cleared, but Munchkin just sprays through the smoke. Finds that elimination. Karon will find the other. 7-1, Gen.G. Absolute domination.
It has to start here for MIBR. It just has to. It can't keep going like this. I mean, you're losing Aspas so often. Texture continues to just dominate in first kills. And Ash has been unworldly here on Haven. 9 kills now, topping the charts, topping the server. This is the confidence behind that toxic screen to just peek through and take Zenom down. Now you've got the operator for Texture. And this is where things get oh so scary for any opponent.
There's the first to fall.
Spike down, C.
Spike is well confirmed. And immediately they look to reposition, but we know how quickly Texture can pivot with that operator. And he's already starting to reroute. MIBR wanting to try to break through into Garage. So the cam will force a reposition from Foxy9, but the tuck in at A lobby here from the side of Karon. We'll see if it comes to fruition. It absolutely does. Verno's not ready for it. Texture finds another outside of B. And MIBR, I think they're going to have to go for a forced save here if they can.
Last player standing.
As it is just Aspas now left alive, and not for very long. Around the back, Foxy9 gets the back stab, and it's flawless. And you have to suspect that that second and final timeout is going to have to be called here.
I agree. This is just so difficult. If you try to go to one side of the map, they're pushing you on another. They're always taking space, and it makes it so hard for MIBR to get any kind of map control. And if they try to take long A, Gen.G's happy to see that over, but they're going to put 3 stack there on that site to make sure that you can't get through. They have full confidence in Foxy9 over on that B and C side to make good decisions, to just play for, you know, setups, get a quick kill and get out, play for retakes, those kind of things. And there's just so many layers to the way that Gen.G is approaching this game, and at every twist and turn, they've had MIBR's number.
Unfortunately, it just hasn't even really been that close.
No.
8-1. Already a devastating scoreline considering that Gen.G's here on this defense. Crowd, do you guys want to see MIBR bring this back? Do you want to see a map 3? Little bit of a weak response, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe there's a lot more Gen.G fans here than I thought. If you want to see it, those players on stage are gonna need your energy. Because right now, they're looking pretty drained.
And Munchkin is buying an Odin.
Oh, come on, Munchkin.
He doesn't do this
I want to like
often.
you.
Well, too bad. Oh my God.
This is a change-up from his usual, which is spamming into window.
Yes. He's a step ahead again. He's already thwarting some of their plans.
And trying to set up for Texture. Relay Bolt will come through fast lane. He's gonna fake an exit. Tries to play off that recon ping, but it's gonna be Ash who's able to find one, and it's Aspas. The worst possible target.
Spike down A.
Texture on the re-peak, finds the breach. And MIBR cannot catch a break.
I mean, they just knew what that timeout was going to be about for MIBR. It was about A main control. They knew they had to start taking some of that space to prevent these quick lurks that Gen.G was taking. And Gen.G's just ahead of the curve. They're reading their opponents just brilliantly.
And what are you meant to do?
Good luck.
Try peep back into an operator.
I mean, your only hope here is that Foxy9 makes a mistake, and you can win that battle.
And now there's a smoke cycled forward.
Yep.
Karen reading it. And I'm dead. Texture finding a second. And on the little jiggles, Ash is able to find
30
Cortezia.
seconds
So
left.
pretty much full information gathered here is I don't think you're going to be able to exit at all. And Texture, more and more these days, has looked like Mr. 3K. See if he goes on the hunt to try to make it a 4K this time around. It's Munchkin maybe to try to take the first
10
fight, though.
seconds left.
Verno desperately needing to hold on to this weapon. The team just does not have any money. The recon is going to be sent, and Munchkin will go ahead and find the headshot. But it's another flawless here for Gen.G. Now up 9-1. None of these timeouts, neither of them here on this map, leading to any big adjustments to any round wins.
And Gen.G's just getting it done with their macro play. They haven't had to use many ults. They're just outguessing their opponents there. And Aspas just can't do anything. Just brilliant timing from Ash on the util. Follows it up. Backing up Texture's operator. He really wanted that 4K.
He did. He knows that that's a safe number.
It is his safety.
Well, TP into the back is very much red. Munchkin, Johnny on the spot as Texture finds the body shot, pops the overdrive, takes down Aspas here in range. In with a shout to try to get himself another 4K, but Verno will deny it. Perfect. Gets himself a second kill. They try to make a go of it, but would be an ace clutch. We saw how tenacious he was on that opening map. Position known. And there you go. Quick shots from Ash, who's been so very clean here today. Gen.G get to double digits.
Last round before the switch.
I immediately turned around and looked at Texture on the stage after he died.
I'm sure we're going to have it here in a moment.
That's all I need out of this. This is just incredible.
적군이 한 명 남았습니다.
Odd.
Well, maybe we don't get the reaction.
Yep. Oh, he just laughed it off. I
Not
saw
as
the hands go up, so
Not
I
as
thought
upset
maybe.
as I would have
I
anticipated.
thought maybe we get a little more out of him there.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, given the game state, we're basically just watching Texture clip farm.
Very
Making
much
a highlight
so.
reel.
He is.
16 and 6 at the moment.
Well, they're going to try to go through Garage again. Foxy playing a bit further back. Smoke there to force him out of that position. Trying to play a little bit of contain as Munchkin here around the corner. Foxy going to rely on the util, and Texture's just clearing out C-main.
Having the read, it's a bit messy, but he still gets a headshot through the wall. Aspas down low, has to evacuate, and Munchkin just continues to spray away, finds him in the end.
He didn't take any damage in that exchange. Unbelievable.
Texture now on a deep line. As that pit is not going to cover the front of site.
Trying to set up a way to give themselves access to the site is what it looks like.
Camera going to be set up though, and that's going to have to be cleared out. Spike's still being brought around to bear. Hand it off. So they're trying to get the breach in position here to try to prevent the flood retake. Hunter's Fury looking, but just narrowly missing. Unable to get those tags. Tizia trying to play forward. Texture though. Finding the first. Shenum does fall. The push coming in instantaneous with a headshot. Now the ping reveal about to come through off that neural theft, but it doesn't matter. They just flood in before they can gain the information. Verno trying to fight back, but can't align that crosshair. 11x round wins now. Gen.G are looking to bring this to a far faster conclusion than we could have ever anticipated.
I'm flabbergasted. Completely flabbergasted.
Unreal scenes here from Gen.G. Well, that's the half done and dusted MIBR. Can they make the miracle run back? We'll find out after halftime.
Esports is a $2 billion industry now, but it all started in dingy basements and cramped living rooms.
From how the pros train to how the money flows, this G2 and Mastercard series breaks it all down. 12 episodes, packed with insight and lessons for anyone looking to understand the world of competitive gaming. Ready to learn the game behind the game?
Stay tuned for what's next.
You won't want to miss it.
Alrighty, we are back. For how long? We don't know. 11-1 the score line as we'll go ahead and take a look at the Coinbase Econ report.
Look at this. Karan with 100. Absolutely having a tremendous effort. Texture was 75, Ash 89. I mean, the Econ through the roof as you would expect when you're up 11-1 for Gen.G. And you can see Texture gets into that op and he gets that little bump there at the end. He's just kind of hanging on to it and his teammates are grabbing it back, putting it back into his hands. So they're just so efficient. It's all about the map control. It's all about the way they play. And they just shut MIBR out of that half.
And everybody going positive right now as far as their KDs are concerned. It's just been absolutely brutal. Now they pivot over to the attack, the side where you typically favor most teams on Haven. MIBR have a gargantuan task ahead of them. They've not been able to find a pistol round win quite yet. This needs to be the one.
And this is a team that's very happy to work the map a bit. Try to play off that toxic screen that's always going to cut through sewers in towards B. Clear the turret there by Aspas. So a little bit of info denial there. They're going to leave the alarm bot to make sure if there's any aggressive lurks from the side of MIBR, they're accounted for Gen.G. Tap of the orb. No response just yet from MIBR.
4 players nearby, as well as the fault line already ready to go.
That got cleared fast. Yeah. Gen.G doesn't like that. There's just too much going on over there. Obviously the fault line to follow. They'll definitely give it away.
But MIBR is going to quick pivot. Already working their way across towards this A site where it has just been Verno lingering. should have a sneaking suspicion that there's going to be a player in sewers because Munchkin loves to play around that wall.
Well, that's something you have to be aware of. But Munchkin somehow finds ways sometimes to just catch you completely off guard.
Some noise made here by Texture. We'll just look to back away. As okay, Munchkin, well, certainly his presence now going to be confirmed. Sets up the poison orb. Hasn't heard anything over from this position though, but he instantaneously turns to the headshot.
No!
Gives himself a second. Looks for the third, but Aspas will finally shut him down, but my God. How has Munchkin just done that? He should have been dead to right. Aspas trying to fight back for something else, but he can find nothing. 2v4. The attempt of the retake. Gen.G looking to go 4-4 on pistols and get up to match point.
They're just staring down Zenom.
Just poking and prodding. It's a nice shot. Cortezia, but the time is just not going to be there. Naron able to find it. Ash gets the other. 12-1, flawless in pistols, and damn near flawless in this map, it would seem. MIBR will need to go for a force, and they need to run 11 consecutive round wins.
Oh, my goodness. Just unfair. Unfair. I mean, they are so crisp today. That is crazy good stuff. Yeah, that's incredibly frustrating. It's just been that kind of day for MIBR. I mean, a young team, a lot of players who are new to the international stage. This is a rude awakening, and Textures has got the opener again.
Dead within seconds. Given no opportunity, no chance for recourse, for response. Gen.G are completely and utterly in control and have been this entire series long.
And they're slowing the pace down a little bit. Got that one kill. You know, worried about maybe some quick rotations from MIBR, so try something a little different. And just three-man push this corner. Cortezia on the corner of the Sheriff.
Drone gonna look to try to force him back, does get spotted out. Takes a tiny bit of damage there through the box. Spotted once again, revealed out. They really want to flush this Cypher out of the site, and they will do just that. Texture finds the headshot. As he is reeling from the shock dart. They're having too much fun. Karen comes up with two, looks for the final player, who will be able to get a kill. Maybe a chance for Ash. The headshot connects. Foxy swooping in will bring this to an end. Will put them out of their misery. 13-1. A statement game from Gen.G.